Another question, the must-read mail should be put in an ad hoc folder? Well, again, if you can read the email in 2 minutes, you should do it. You should do that. If what the question means is if this is an email that's going to take me a while to read and respond to appropriately, longer than 2 minutes, what do you do with those? Well, let me give you a quick tip about how to get control of your email in basket. And again, I'm going to suggest that you empty that in basket every 24 to 48 hours. And by the way, we've seen 42,000 emails in one person's in basket. So don't feel bad if you only have 2,000. Now, emptying it does not mean spending all the time on it. It does mean clarifying what those things are and then moving those to an appropriate places. First of all, you should delete all the things that you should delete. You know, a lot of you, there's a key on your computer. I don't know what it is in Italian, but in English it's DEL. So if you haven't learned that key yet, please find that key, right? Get rid of the stuff that you don't need. You also need to file a whole lot of those emails in your Navigator folders. I've probably got 200 Navigator folders, all in one alpha list. I don't nest folders, it's too much trouble to open them. I've got one single list. Anything that's just referenced just gets dragged over into that folder that it belongs to, based upon person, topic, or theme. And then handle the 2-minute stuff. So if you delete everything you need to delete, file everything you need to file, and actually do the 2-minute ones, you only have 2 kinds of emails left. Emails that represent something you need to spend time on, and emails that represent something you're waiting on to come back from other people. For instance, if you're tasking a staff person to do something and sending them an email, I would suggest, by the way, that you CC or BCC yourself, so you get a copy of that tasking email back in your in basket. Now that's a waiting for. So a quick way to clean up email is to create 2 folders in your navigation folder bar. One called action and one called waiting for. But you need to use a prefix like the @ sign. If you're using Outlook, the @ sign will throw it to the top of those folders because these need to look different than just reference folders. So you can create an @action and an @waiting for. Then you can take all the emails that are going to take you time to deal with and drag them into the action folder, all the emails that represent something you're waiting on to come back into the waiting for folder. Guess what's left in your in basket? Nothing. Because you've deleted, you've filed, you've handled the 2-minute stuff, and now you have one bucket or one folder with all the actionable emails you have, and one folder that just has all the things that represent something you're waiting on. Now here's the problem, is once you drag that over there and then out of sight, out of mind, then you don't look at it again, right? So that has to be another list that you look at regularly along with all the other actions that you have commitments about. But it's kind of dangerous simply because it gets it out of your face. And again, if you never let your email get more than about a screen full, you're fine. You know, oftentimes I've got a screen full and I just leave it there because I know I'll get to it sooner than later. But if you have more than a screen full of email, you might want to consider something like that as a way to get much more of a handle on it. If you've got a huge volume of backlog of email, there's versions of email bankruptcy. You know, one is Control-A, Control-X, and pray. That's radical, but that's possible. A lot of people will take stuff and sort it by date and then just create folders like these are all the, where are we? These are all the June, these are all the July, these are all the August, and then they just chip away at them and to clean them up later on.